Morning, May 24th, 2021. I thought I'd share a news item that I've been watching a little bit over the last few months. It's expected to, shall we say, culminate at the beginning of June, that shortly before Trump left office, he signed a bill that required, well, you can see the headline here, I'll just bring it up a little closer, that the U.S. intelligence agencies have 180 days to share what they know about UFOs. Well, 180 days expire sometime basically the beginning of June, and we have received a little bit of hints that there may be some very interesting information coming out. But it's a little early to know for sure. That the U.S. Navy has reported that there are some unidentified flying objects that they have been investigating. Presumably that will be in. The other interesting bit is that there's been a little bit in magazines like newspapers like the New York Times, I guess it is, and talking about UFOs, fair amount in, shall we say, the reputable alternative media outlets looking forward to what's coming up. And there's almost certainly going to be something, but I'll suggest that people, when they're paying attention to this, to look a lot closer at an item about Werner von Braun, that he told one of the managers, when he was basically dying, he had been an employee of Fairchild Industries, and one of the managers of Fairchild, he somewhat took under his wing and told her a lot about what was coming up. Now, one of the things that he brought up or discussed was, let's see, where would hang on. Running both hands at once is a bit of a challenge at times. I'm sure. Sorry about the delay, but we'll bring up this other very interesting item of what Werner von Braun was talking about. There we are. WikiLeaks documents suggest Werner von Braun tried to warn us about a false fake alien invasion. Now, when we go a little down into this, we see that he told this Dr. Carol Roson, the manager at Fairchild, that the enemy at first, to justify research in space-based weapon systems, first the Russians are going to be considered the enemy, then terrorists would be identified. Well, those certainly have come to pass. And then next will be, well, we've heard a lot about asteroids picking up quite a bit, so that's a bit of a, he predicted. But he says the funniest of all will be to warn us against aliens and extraterrestrials. That would be the final card. Now, I think the bottom line in what he said, all of this he said is a lie. Well, it will be used as justification to spend more money in the defense industry in the States. But it's also quite a concern that they are there's some agenda, according to if you take what Werner von Braun was saying, to take advantage of the people and do something that I almost expect in the next little while, I guess you can call it a remake of Orson Welles and the War of the Worlds, that I'm a little puzzled how we think we're going to defend ourselves against aliens that have the technology to invade planets. It's not as though our technology, or at least our publicly known technology, is up at that stage where it could do much to help defend us. Some of this should start breaking when we see just what they release in their official documents about UFOs, aliens, that we've all heard for many years that alien bodies were found at Roswell and a number of other places. There's hints that, and Fairchild Industries was big on this actually, that they reverse engineered some of the UFOs they found crashed. It's hard to say where things are going, but definitely the month of June, from a UFO point of view, whether they exist or not, could become a very interesting month to pay attention to the news.